The Yarn of the Nancy Bell by W.S. Gilbert. Read for LibriVox by John A.B. August 2006, Boston, Massachusetts. 360.yahoo.com/JohnAB_John A.B. 'Twas on the shores that round our coast from Deal to Ramsgate span that I found alone on a piece of stone an elderly naval man. His hair was weedy, his beard was long, and weedy and long was he. And I heard this wight on the shore recite in a singular minor key, "Oh, I am a cook and a captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig." And he shook his fists and he tore his hair, till I really felt afraid, for I couldn't help thinking the man had been drinking, and so I simply said, "Oh, elderly man, it's little I know of the duties of the men of the sea, but I'll eat my hand if I understand how you can possibly be at once a cook and a captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig." Then he gave a hitch to his trousers, which is a trick all seamen learn, and having gotten rid of a thumping quid, he spun this painful yarn. "'Twas in the good ship Nancy Bell that we sailed to the Indian Sea, and there on a reef we came to grief, which has often occurred to me. And pretty nigh all the crew was drowned, there were 77 a soul, and only 10 of the Nancy's men said here to the muster roll. There was me, and the cook, and the captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and the boatswain tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig. For a month we'd neither wittles nor drink, till hungry we did feel, so we drawed a lot, and accordin' shot the captain for our meal. The next lot fell to the Nancy's mate, and a delicious dish he made. Then our appetite with the midshipmite we 7 survivors stayed. And then we murdered the boatswain tight, and he much resembled a pig. Then we whittled free, did the cook and me, on the crew of the captain's gig. Then only the cook and me was left, and the delicate question, which of us 2 goes to the kettle, arose, and we argued it out as such. For I loved the cook as a brother, I did, and the cook, he worshipped me, but we'd both be blowed if we'd either be stowed in the other chap's hold, you see. "I'll be eat if he dines off me," says Tom. "Yes, that," says I, "you'll be. I'm boiled if I die, my friend," quoth I. "And exactly so," quoth he. Says he, "Dear James, to murder me were a foolish thing to do, for don't you see that you can't cook me, while I can and will cook you?" So he boils the water and takes the salt and the pepper in portions true, which he never forgot, and some chopped shallot and some sage and parsley too. "Come here," says he, with a proper pride, which his smiling features tell. "'Twill be soothing be if I let you see how extremely nice you'll smell." And he stirred it round and round and round, and he sniffed at the foaming froth, when I ups with his heels and smothers his squeals in the scum of the boiling broth. And I ate that cook in a week or less, and, as I eating be the last of his chops, why, I almost drops, for a vessel in sight I see. And I never grin, and I never smile, and I never laugh nor play, but I sit and croak, and a singular joke I have, which is to say, "Oh, I am a cook and a captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and a boatswain tight, and a midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig." End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.